YouTube. Well, hold on. Right there. That's YouTube.
Okay.
It's a delay.
Okay.
So you'll see.
Yep.
That's you on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this because it actually slows down the streaming if I use this reminder. So I'm just going to pull my iPad and monitor it from here. Let's see. Again. YouTube channel. Could you actually say something to the camera, please?
Oh, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
I just want to actually see see if we're getting any type of perfect. It's good enough.
Okay.
Like I said, normally you would not get this latency.
Yeah.
Because we would be plugged into the wall. But we're getting a little bit lazy because we're doing all wireless. This is connected wirelessly to that. This is, and then that's bouncing back here to this computer. Along with the only wired thing here is this camera right
Okay.
here.
Okay.
All right, so do you know what you're actually going to say?
No? What is our topic?
Okay,
What do you think the best is?
Well, that's what we're going to discuss. It's like ever. You moved up?
What?
Or, let's see.
All right.
I just don't want to cut your head off.
Okay, let me
Good.
turn
All
this
right.
off.
So,
all right.
No, keep, so, yeah, let's have a game plan here. All right, so this is for, let's call it a 2-minute, first of all, what is grit? So maybe that's 2 minutes,
Okay.
or as many minutes as you want. Talk about what is grit. That's one segment, because we can use that as a clip
Okay.
as well in future podcasts.
Okay.
But you need on your channel, I mean, you know, I don't know what the hell is grit is. I'm not going to read, no offense. I don't read books.
Sure.
I watch videos.
Right.
And that's how I get my education.
Sure.
So I need to know what grit is as one topic. And then let's do a 2-minute.
Why does everybody have to learn about goal setting?
That's another topic?
I think that's the most important topic. I think
Okay,
I got
good.
news.
So don't time yourself. Don't worry about how much time it takes because we can always edit it. That's another short clip. And then let's do a third one. So we're going to do 3 different clips, and they're very short, just as a test. So we're live streaming. We're going to record on each device so you get the highest quality, and then that's going to be edited in post-production. But I could, with this software, put titles and all that crazy stuff that you were doing with motion graphics. I can do that with this software.
Okay,
But I'm not doing it now. This is just a test to see if we can do a mobile within this space. You know, basically shoot wirelessly.
okay, okay. Let me make some notes then. So I don't have a time, I mean, I could put a timer on my watch here.
No, don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. So don't worry about the timing.
So
So I think
first
what is
topic
grit is important. What
That's
is
one
grit?
topic. And then we're gonna stop, then we're gonna do the next
Yep.
topic. And then we're gonna stop and do the next topic.
Yep.
Um,
What if we got through like 5 of them?
you can do as many as you want.
Okay, I might
I don't
have,
care.
I might be able to plow through a bunch.
I don't care. I mean, you know, this is all about your time.
Oh,
No,
it's
no,
your time too.
no, no, no.
Okay.
No, let me help you understand something. This is what Mark hates. Whatever he asks me to do, it's not 50%, definitely never 50%. It's either 110% or above. This is 200%. Because this not only helps you, it helps this space, which helps Mark and Mr. Miller, who has money, who can basically turn this space into what I think it should be, basically a learning environment.
A learning hub, yeah.
Learning and help, studios and or marketing mechanisms, basically a one-stop shop for a small business entrepreneur. or
Absolutely,
startup.
absolutely.
So Mr. Miller came in and he looked at the studio and he wants it redone by the guy who built the space.
He wants what redone?
Oh, let me show you.
He wants what
Let me
redone?
help you.
This whole place?
No, the space, the studio. We did it. We put those things. I didn't do it, but it wasn't done by a professional. It wasn't professionally done. So Mark, he asked me, Tony, can you go out, which I shared with him before. Can you go out and see what we can do to spruce up the space? I said, okay, Mark. I'm not saying that's the way it's going to look.
Yeah.
But if you are touring this space, even if you don't know what a podcast is,
Yeah, you know
and
that's
you see
impressive.
The studio, you'll say, "Oh,
You
man,
want
maybe
in."
I want to." Yeah, exactly. Maybe I want to be here, and maybe I might use that space for a podcast or a video or whatever. That is form and function, aesthetic. This is soundproofing. Don't forget that what's in every table.
Wow.
But we need lamps. We can't use fluorescent lighting. So this is very cheap to do, believe it or not.
With that, are you talking about that here, right
That
in
room.
this room?
That room.
That room that has no windows.
It has no windows, but that's fine. And then the idea is to use the upper room as a green room for people, guests to dress or whatever,
Yeah.
but also the control room. We don't need a window. We can create a virtual window with a TV and a camera.
What other room would be the green room?
The room right beside it. 150
Not where John is. Market Aid?
on the right of the studio.
As you're facing the studio?
Hmm?
Or as you're in the studio or facing it?
In the studio on the right hand side on the left. So it's to the left of 151.
But is it occupied right now? Oh, okay. So John, my friend, he's on the corner.
Yeah.
I think the noise is starting to get to him.
From?
I don't know. Whatever noise is going on in there, he just looked irritated this week. I was like, oh, don't leave.
No, I was in there.
I don't know. There was something going on. Maybe people were just in there talking. I don't know.
The walls, I mean, they always do cheap walls there, but that can be fixed.
Yeah. Well, listen, if Mr. Miller wants to see something that's going to make him come in and go, wow, I want to invest, I think that's great for all of us.
Yeah.
But I think we also have to make it open to the whole neighborhood,
No,
not
it's
just
open.
people who rent
No, it's open to
offices,
anyone.
right? Because we're going to
It's
run
like-
out of
it's like
offices.
basically renting a virtual office.
Yeah,
You come in and use the studio,
yeah.
and maybe you get a desk or an office later, if that. But it's a resource to bring in people.
Yeah,
I mean, guests, people of influence or whatever. But it's another way to make money. Co-working spaces don't make money off of rent. They make money off of amenities and services and other stuff.
You know what should be on the outside of that office is a laminated sheet with facts about the importance of podcasting and vlogging to grow your business.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
I have a
And we need
laminator
to
in my
have
office.
we need to talk about that on
Yeah.
Capital's, what's it called, Capital One. Capital Workspaces blog or whatever. And maybe as a trade, we should talk
I'll talk about it.
on Capital Workspace's behalf.
I will.
You know, with the logo branded and co-branded with you, you know, with whatever your brand is, actually your name, and your logo. You might want to consider a second logo.
Yeah.
That's the letters, but
The letters of what?
your name.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle has a logo, and it's a C, but it's very unique. It has a background, whatever. So I'll share it with you. But yeah, I'm just saying you have your other logo, but symbols.
I need a symbol. Yeah. I need a symbol.
And
And if I could make it multicolored and make it my
I'm a designer, but I'm not a logo designer.
No, I know, but I've got Fiverr. I've got
color and logos are baffling to me because I'm a perfectionist. All right, so I'm gonna do another mic check and we'll be good to go.
Okay.
We're actually streaming now.
Oh, to what?
YouTube,
Who's YouTube?
my YouTube.
Oh, okay.
No one's watching. It's been dormant for such a long time. But I'm just checking quality. So what we will do is this video. This is just a test, but we're going to take the high quality video, re-edit it, and post it and give it to you, and you post it on your channel. So this is just a test because I don't have access to your channel yet. What you can do going forward is you can give me access as a partner through Meetup Central, and then I can post on your behalf to your channel.
Great.
Same thing with Facebook.
Yeah.
Do you have a Facebook page for your brand?
I have a Facebook professional page, yeah.
Okay, so you can give me, I join your page, you give me access, so I log in to your platform. You can send access at any time. I log in on your behalf as an admin on your page, and then I can actually post to your page too, even remotely. So if we did that remote thing where you're connected to me and I'm doing your production, I can post on your Facebook page. And normally, you will do all of that from your phone. That's the first protocol, but if you need something more professional.
Okay, I got to keep this in bite-sized chunks that I can
Okay, no
remember.
problem.
Yeah.
So that little device right there,
Oh, which one?
the Mevo. That's why I'm going to become your best friend. That one.
Which thing?
The camera. I'll show you.
Oh, the little one.
Yeah. That's
But it's blocked. It's blocked by the pole here, and it
No,
can
it's
still
not
see
working
me?
yet. No, I'm going to show you.
Oh.
I'm going to show you how that works after we get finished.
Okay.
All right. So that's it. I got my audio working, and because I could actually hear it on here. And actually, I'm very happy I got this camera. I gave up on it when we did the mock demo because it was doing facial tracking. This camera is not designed for streaming. It puts all sorts of data and display data on the screen. I finally figured gonna send you the link down. Oh, one last question.
Yes.
Did you want to actually bring some books in here and have them not displayed, but you can have them displayed if you want, but one, but that's so if you want to mention like getting read.
Yeah.
Uh,
Good idea.
yeah, so.
The seat will not change your focus.
Oh, no, I'm not worried about that. I can always read that. I'm going to get my iPad in there.
Sure. How would you want to display
Oh,
them?
did you bring that orange book? Is that orange book in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Well, like I said, actually, I don't see it. Where's it getting rid of? Oh, okay. That's the most recognizable of all of them. No, I mean, you can leave them stacked the way that you had them.
Like
Nope,
that? Oh,
wouldn't work.
like this?
Nope, just have them like stacked,
Oh.
and whatever book you're gonna talk about first. I mean, you know, because the less staged you look, the more authentic it looks.
Yeah.
So I would crisscross them, move them over a little bit. They're too close to your laptop. Exactly. Perfect. Yeah. All right. 1 second. I'm sending you the link. Video link. Let's do.
Hey, I'm in Capital.
You haven't seen anything yet. There's this little tripod thing that can follow you around. go
You
to the
told me, yeah, I
restroom,
know you told me it's crazy.
You go to the restroom and then you come back, and then it tracks you as you come back because it recognizes your face. So remember the camera out of position thing? That wouldn't be a problem if we actually had that here.
Wow.
So here's the link. I'm sending it to you and Mark.
Hey, I'm in Capital Workspaces filming.
Okay, you sending it by email?
Yep. Oops, didn't mean to clear right there. There you go. All right, so let me go back to YouTube. It looks like you're back in position. Let's see. Could you slide over a little bit to your left, just a little bit? Perfect, thank you. All right, great. And camera. So look at the camera. Look towards.
What?
No, look at that camera, please. Let's see. No, that's fine. Look a little bit lower. Look at that camera.
Sorry, hold on.
No problem.
Which camera?
The phone.
Oh,
Let's see, how does that look? That's a little bit too low. All right, so look at that camera again, please. All right, we'll fix that.
you are a perfectionist.
Yeah. It'll look. I'm always looking. I'm looking at it from different perspectives.
Sure.
I'm looking at it from a user. Why is she not looking at the camera? She's weird. so I'm trying to reduce negative thoughts. Sorry.
No, it's like with writing, the words have to dance in my head
Exactly.
like they're in a ballroom.
Yep.
And trying to explain that to someone is useless.
All right, so look at this camera, please. That's a lot better. But it's now picking up that. All right, so how can we not pick that up? I'll move it over here. Tentative accept. Alright, so. How can we do this? Oh, probably like this. If you could look in that camera, please. What did I do? How did I mess this up? Oh, that's what I did. Yeah, that's what I was doing. That was crooked. Alright, good enough. Yep. I think. Alright. Headphones. And I'm going to count down. Let's do one mic check if you don't mind. We good?
I'm great. I'm going to turn off my phone. No need for us to document it every single place in the world.
Okay. Could you actually say a couple of sentences or go through one of them? I just want to make sure that the audio is.
Tony is a superstar. There's nothing he doesn't know about video and audio and computer streaming and social media and the latest in gadgets and the latest in technology. So come, run to the Capitol Workspaces where you too can have a shot at having your own studio where you can deliver your important message, what you do, how you can help others. But run, don't walk.
I think so. Press record on this. Oh, great.
What?
You
What?
Record.
What's going on?
See if we record.
Yes?
Alright.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not good.
Did I move my head?
No, the word record right there.
I know, but
I'll fix it. 1 second. Audio. So this is what we're going to have to do.
I just have to sit leaning back.
Nope.
What?
We're going to, some of them for now, we're going to record, turn it off. We're going to record on the device, but all of them we're going to record in a lesser quality and stream. So you saw the recording thing, that's why we need to replace these cameras. Right now I'm cropping you, and so that's a challenge at the moment. So let me reposition this, and then we'll be good to go.
I'm looking at my live streaming right now.
Oh, you are?
Mm-hmm.
Good. But during the recording, don't look down.
I won't.
All right, so, oh, that's what's going on. All right. Here we go. See, the problem is the frame that I'm getting is perfect because it's picking up your Mac. But because I'm cropping it, almost. That's fine. So that's what we're going to have to do. You'll see a high quality version on the actual recording,
Mm-hmm.
but because I'm cropping it, I'm not picking up your Mac, and I hate that. Let's see. All right, so look into the camera, please. Perfect. Great. All right, so I'm going to count down, and then you may begin with your first topic.
Do you want me to just go, what is grit? Something like that?
Well,
Or-
the more you rehearse it and you think about it, you're probably going to mess up.
Okay.
So be Caroline.
But do you think I should start by saying what it is I'm going to?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. I
But
didn't.
always remember, if it's a podcast, or regardless of what it is, we could always put that in post-production.
Sure.
As a matter of fact, this clip, this what is grit thing, will probably be a clip where we put in a lot of things.
Okay.
All right, so this is just a test, so it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be perfect. 5, 4, 3, 2, wait, hold on. False start. Record at least with the phone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is grit? Or, more accurately, what is good grit? A lot of people think just any kind of grit is good. And when we think about grit, we think about just being a finisher. You know, crossing the finish line, gritting our teeth, doing whatever needs to be done to succeed. But in the course of many interviews and studying grit over at least 10 years, what I found from working with leaders, people just like you and me, teens, athletes, what I found is that there's several different kinds of grit, but what we really are striving for is good grit or authentic grit. What does that mean? So if we're just pursuing something with grit, we're just with passion and persistence pursuing a long-term goal. But it doesn't take you long to figure out that that kind of grit can also lend itself to people with bad motives who are having bad outcomes, and that's what they want. So what I really do believe, particularly now in the 21st century, is that what we're striving for is good grit. And what that means is we still have passion, we still have persistence, we're still pursuing long-term goals, we're taking risks, we're going outside of our comfort zone, but it's how we do this that makes all the difference. Because if we do it with patience and discipline and self-regulation and kindness and humility, in that process, we awe and inspire other people to want to be better and bolder and bigger too in their own lives. And so authentic grit is about the passionate pursuit of hard goals, taking risks outside of your comfort zone, doing things so that you live your best life, but in the process, are other people awed and inspired to do the same? If we uplift ourselves, that's one thing, but what's better is how do we uplift other people at the same time?
All right, so that's 1. Stop. And let's start this again. And let's see, what can I do? What can I do? I'm gonna stop recording. I don't want to stop streaming. I'll just hit record again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A lot of people ask me, why do you care so much about goal setting, Caroline? Why did you write Creating Your Best Life? This book, my 5th book, ended up being the very first book, evidence-based goal stop. Can we restart?
Yep.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A lot of people ask me, Caroline, why do you care so much about goal setting? Why has that become such a passion of yours? And the reason why is when I went back to school in 2005 to get a master's degree in applied positive psychology, the science of happiness, at the University of Pennsylvania, I was one of the first 34 people in the world to dig into the research on what causes people to flourish. And in the process, I learned there was something called goal setting theory by Locke and Latham. I'd never heard of it. I had a coaching degree where we were taught how to pursue goals and help other people accomplish their goals. But what I didn't realize was that there was a science to it, and that all I had in my bookcase was urban legends, books by popular authors that had absolutely no research to them. So my capstone project at Penn that year ended up becoming this book, Creating Your Best Life, the very first evidence-based, research-driven, footnoted book on how to accomplish goals. In fact, it's going to be reissued in December of 2020 because it has sold 100,000 copies. And so I'm passionate about it for a lot of reasons, but even more so now, today, 21st century, 2020, because in a world where people are not flourishing, where they feel hopeless and anxious and overwhelmed, I believe that teaching people the actual science of goal setting can save lives. I think it can help people feel more proactive, more masterful in their lives, and more confident about what it is they can do. So I believe teaching goal setting theory to the world can actually save the world. And that's the topic of my next book. Will be out in March 2021. So I will be sharing tidbits about goal setting theory and all the ways that you can accomplish your goals in the absolute best, most positive ways now and in the future.
Good. So, stop. And before we start again, probably going to reposition this camera.
I've got a bunch I can just throw out on goal setting.
Good. Is that one?
That was just one take. But I mean about learning goals, performance goals, the biggest mistakes people make, how to sign up for my newsletter. There's a million things I could do, but giving people the facts is really what I'm trying to do. And build my newsletter list and amplify capital workspaces, right?
Great.
Hey Mark, I hope you're
is
watching.
actually- yeah, he is watching.
Hey Mark.
All right. So let me think. Look into the camera, please. Yeah, that one. All right. That is a problem.
What's a problem?
It's just when you're looking into this camera, you're not looking into that camera. So I'm trying to figure out the physics behind this.
Wait, you told me not to look into that camera.
No, you shouldn't be looking into that.
Oh,
camera.
okay.
No. But I'm trying to figure out the physics behind where this camera should be and not be in this camera's way.
What if it's off on the side?
Nope. Actually, I was going to try that.
That's what they do on Dateline. Oh, you don't want my white cord, do you?
White cord? Oh, I don't care about that cord.
Oh, well, it's 96% charge, so I'll take it out.
So, nope, it doesn't matter.
Hey family, if you're watching, this is your mother. Nanu, Nanu.
I think to the side will work out. What they do on most newscasts now, they have something called slider, and the camera actually moves.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we actually have a slider, but it's a manual one, so eventually we'll get that.
This is getting fancier and fancier by the minute.
Hey man, that's what it's all about. All right,
Mark?
let's take a look at that and see how that looks.
Do I want my books stacked over there?
Nope.
Okay.
I think it's framed well. I could be a little bit closer now. And people could, during rush, actual working hours, people walking by and they
Yeah.
can actually see. That's because this will seem like your office.
Yeah.
Or wherever you are, even if you're in your real office.
Yeah, maybe
And
Mark will give
just-
me this office for free.
Exactly. You hear that, Mark? No. I didn't say that. All right. So,
No,
but
this
you
should
can
be
see
a
activity.
studio. Yeah, this is great.
Because you'll always have people at the reception desk. Yeah. So.
Well,
yeah.
my people are going to be
Exactly.
arriving. I
Uh,
like my little office.
Now this is perfect. I like this. But when you see this versus the live stream, until we can get those real DSLRs, you're going to love the framing because it shows your Mac, it shows that logo, which is very important to your brand.
Oh, my brand.
Your brand is associated with Apple because it says, hey, I'm fluent, I'm savvy, I'm smart.
It does?
Look for times, yeah, it says all that.
I didn't know Apple
The
said
Apple
all those
logo,
things.
man. If it's a Mac, I mean, when you look at, all right, I'll give you an example.
Do you know that only 15% of the computers are Macs?
Yeah, it's because of Apple's arrogance. Basically, the PC and the Mac is 100% the same.
I know. I have a PC at home and I
It's-
prefer it.
And the operating system really doesn't change, so, and it doesn't get viruses and stuff. They could give operating system away for free, but they choose not to. But it's because Apple wants high margins that keeps the Mac out of hands. But guess what Apple's doing?
What?
It's called the iPad. The iPad in 2020.
Do you know that every Apple store in the world closed?
I know, but I'm talking about after the pandemic.
Mhm.
The,
What-
the new iPad with the new keyboard will have a trackpad. For the first time.
What new keyboard?
They have a regular keyboard, and then
Yeah.
Apple included basically these new APIs in iOS or iPad 13, or iPad OS 13 that supports mouse.
Oh,
So a third-party company came out with the first keyboard with a trackpad. So in iOS 14, Apple's going to come out with a full-blown trackpad support for the iPad. So basically, you're going to have a laptop. That's their low-end laptop, the iPad. So, and it's going to have pencil support where you can write just like the Newton, full screen.
well, they need to have a place where you can put the pencil and it doesn't break off.
I don't know what iPad you have, but what iPad do you have?
The 10.5 Retina, 10.5-inch Retina.
Is that with the, is that version 2 or version 1?
I don't even know.
Probably version 1. So the new version, the pencil is magnetic and it sticks on top.
Oh, I don't have that new pencil.
Exactly. You charge yours through the lightning port. Bad idea. If Steve Jobs was alive, that would never happen. That's the worst.
So I need a magnetic pencil.
The one, no, not with your iPad. You have to get the new iPad.
Oh, for
And
God's
it
sake.
it charges on top.
Somebody was thinking.
Yep. It certainly wasn't.
I'm not upgrading yet. You already told me the Apple 11 phone was great.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
The
we're
11
not going to talk about that
Alright,
yet. Let's
so-
make some more money.
Yep. So I'm going to count down again.
What? Okay, wait. What
Number
am I talking?
number 3.
Oh,
Now, if you want to do this one over again, or you want to talk more about goals.
I want to talk a lot
Go ahead.
about goals. How many can we
So,
do? Can we just
you
do them
can-
boom, boom,
you
boom,
can-
boom,
you can
boom?
do- Well, do you want to do them as separate segments, or do you want to do them all?
Let's
in
do
one?
separate segments.
Okay. All right. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm often asked what are the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to goal setting. And so I've written a lot about this, particularly about the biggest mistakes companies have made. There was a really iconic article that came out about 10 years ago in Harvard Business Review called Goals Gone Wild. And I think that says it all. Because when you look at some of the biggest disasters in business history, it was a classic case of companies that mistook learning goals for performance goals. What does that mean? When they were trying to do something they had never done before, take Ford, creating a very small car. They had always created sedans, like a couch going on the freeway. They decided they had to compete against the small European and Japanese cars. So Lee Iacocca said, you know what, we're going to make a small car. We're going to call it the Pinto. And not only that, we're going to make it I think it was less than a year. And it was going to weigh 2,000 pounds, and it was going to cost less than $2,000. Now, this was a learning goal for Ford because they'd never made one. So what did they do? When you attach a performance goal outcome, I've got to have it done by this date, at this level of excellence, and I've got to have this many done. You only do that when you've done it before. When you have a performance goal, it's a checklist approach. I've done it before, my learning curve has been flattened. I can say I'll have something out by June 1st or August 1st, and I'll have this many. Nope. Ford said, we're going to have out this brand new car, and this is what it's going to look like. So what did they do? They skipped all the safety steps, and they knew that the Ford Pinto was a death trap. And when they put it out on the roads, I think in August of 1969, they knew that the car blew up at very, very low speeds, collision speeds. So this is what we see, not just in companies, but we see it in people's lives. Don't ever, ever, ever take something you've never done before, a learning goal, and assign it a performance goal outcome. Until you've done it for a while, it's a do your best condition. And when you have a do your best condition with a learning goal, the most important first thing you have to do is flatten your learning curve. Find out where other people have done this before. Go on YouTube, research, Wikipedia, do whatever you have to do. Talk to people, go to the library, I don't care. Flatten your learning curve as fast as possible because that's the only way a learning goal can become a performance goal. but be easy on yourself in the process of learning. You can be challenging and specific. You can expect to learn a lot in a short period of time, but don't hold yourself to unusual standards of excellence. That's what happened in every Goals Gone Wild case, and you don't want to make that mistake. Until our next tip, Caroline Adams Miller.
Great. All right, so what I need to do now, I need to hook this recorder up to that.
My next one will be about stupid grit.
Great. So I'll be back. I didn't really need that. Audio in. Audio in. Audio out. Audio in. Left, right. Be back in a second. So it's time to cheat.
How are we going to do that?
Oh, I'm about to use the DSLR as it was meant to be used, recording just the video, and I'm going to use the regular camera, since we have good lighting, to stream. So I'm just trying to see what use cases we can do until we get the replacement for that camera.
Will you remember all of this as we're going through it? You will?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm going to take pictures as soon as we're finished.
Oh, you do? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
You take pictures of
and
the
then
setup?
label. Yep.
That's really smart.
No, it's just common sense. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's what I loved about my father, man. He wasn't home much because he worked to take care of his 2 jobs. But he always led by example. And he used to literally figuratively here to me, boy, use common sense.
Yeah,
but
but
what I tell people is common sense is extreme logic.
yeah, you know, I've never figured out. I have one of those cameras at home.
Is it the same model?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually, this camera's wireless. This camera can stream, believe it or not, by itself. But it only can stream to one service, which I don't think exists anymore. Alright, so.
Wow. I also have a GoPro camera in my office.
Yeah, GoPros are pretty good.
Okay. I'm not your.
They're action cameras. I mean, so they're wide angle.
Yeah.
And so, depending on what type of video you're shooting, it may be the wrong camera, but
Yeah.
they're pretty good, especially for real estate shots.
That's
I
interesting.
don't understand why people don't do live tours. That might be something that might pop up. Realtors doing live tours of properties
I thought they did.
and stream. They do.
I thought they did.
And streaming, and people can ask questions. It's like a virtual open house. I'm not into real estate.
If they
so-
don't, I'm shocked.
Yeah, I'm shocked too. One of my ideas is basically, I know that they fly drones in houses to do cinematography now.
They fly drones in houses?
Yep.
Like, how high a ceiling do you have to fly a drone in your
Not
house?
that
There was
high.
a bird in my house last week, and I ran out the front door and didn't come back till I drove a few miles to pick my brother up, who then came to the house, and the bird had flown out of the house. But I was so afraid I wouldn't go back in. So a drone in my house would be a problem too.
Well, I mean, you can get those cinematographic, those HDTV shots without having to hire somebody to do it, because you can pre-program the drone to fly a certain pattern, and with a wide-angle lens, it can give you that pattern.
Why don't we fly a drone through here?
Well, I mean, Mark. can
Mark, are you listening? Mark,
You can comment.
drones!
Yeah. So, but it is a great tool that's underutilized. Just need to
Interesting.
find my power adapter for this camera. I know I put it in. Chair. Here it is. All right. All right. So. Camera, power.